The next computer is not a computer. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Will Patterson, and welcome back to a new video. Today, I am excited to be talking about a subject that every year, basically, I talk about. That is the newest iPad Pro. If you don't know who I am, I'm a hand lettering artist, a logo designer, I'm an author of a book, and I own a design agency in the north of England. And over the past 5 years or so, I've been using the iPad Pro so I can do hand lettering and drawing digitally rather than doing it on paper. And it's sped up my workflow and it's done great things for me. And yet again, Apple has announced a new version of the iPad Pro, and I'm going to basically ask the question to you guys and hopefully give you some advice and some answers as to whether the newest iPad Pro is just going to be good enough. Is it worth the upgrade? Is it something that every creative should get, or should we wait until the next one? This video is brought to you by FreshBooks. Now, when you look at it, you may not see anything very different to the front of it, because I don't think there is much different in the whole design of it. In fact, I think the only difference is probably the camera module at the back. Apple has this sort of thing where they keep upgrading little bits of the iPad, so you keep buying more iPads, but these upgrades sometimes aren't like huge upgrades. Most of the time, they're just like little upgrades and then they do a revamp. And that is simply because the design of the iPad is a design that works and they want to get as much use out of that design before the next one comes as possible. They've got the real estate inside the iPad. It's free real estate. It's free real estate. And they're able to add more modules into it, change the layout of the inside, maybe increase battery life, or even, as they've done here, add a new camera module to the back. So these two new camera modules are wide and ultra wide, and they look kind of like this. They kind of look like the iPhone 11 version of the iPad Pro camera. Now, the difference being it's only got two cameras at the back, and there is this sort of like little disc on the side of it. Now, this is what I can read as a LiDAR scanner. Now, what the LiDAR scanner does, or it's meant to do, is basically see and scan the surroundings that your camera is faced to. So when you're doing augmented reality, it has a better grasp of where things start, like objects like tables and chairs and floors and ceilings, where they start and where they end. So when you're doing augmented reality, then it's a better representation, more accurate, and the software doesn't have to work so hard, I guess. So the LiDAR scanner is really for advanced augmented reality. Now, this has piqued my interest because it's really showing where the market is going with the iPad. As well as the scanner, they've upgraded a few other things that you may not have seen. I believe that they've upgraded the chipset inside of the iPad. Now, for me and a lot of other people, I think the iPad Pro is fast enough right now. It's faster than most PC laptops. Now, they're definitely saying with this new iPad, it is faster than PC laptops by even writing faster than you can say PC. Now, the new display that Apple are showing off with the iPad is a new edge-to-edge liquid retina display with ProMotion, True Tone, P3 wide color, and ultra low reflectivity makes everything look stunning and feel responsive on the iPad. Now, for me, having this screen is one of the most important things. Now, one thing that I don't think we had before was the liquid display. I think we could have had that before, but it's not very clear to me right now. We've had ProMotion in the past two iPad updates. We've got P3 wide color gamut already in this iPad, but I'm not too sure about the ultra low reflectivity. That's something that's a bit different. The Apple Pencil Generation 2 will work on this new iPad 2, which is very good. You don't have to fork out another $100 or £100 this year for the newest iPad. And I guess the display will probably be a bit better, marginally better than last year's. But as you'll see when you're looking through all the videos that are going up online and all the things and the marketing that Apple are doing, you'll see that they're putting it together with the Magic Keyboard, which is a new keyboard for the iPad, which again is showing me where the iPad's going in the market. The iPad Pro is actually trying to not replace a laptop, but fill in a market for them. And they've realized that people who want more of a laptop feel want a proper keyboard and a new input method. So it first started off with a slate that you could only use with your finger and a keyboard with no trackpad. You'd have to actually use your finger on the sort of display. Then we got the Apple Pencil, and the Apple Pencil was an amazing feat of technology. It brought joy to the iPad and it gave us a new standard of stylus with computer tablets and different other monitors. And now we've got the new Magic Keyboard. Now this Magic Keyboard is apparently not available yet, which is very strange to me. Not too sure why. Now this Magic Keyboard is different to the Smart Folio keyboard that we had before because it's got a better typing experience, new viewing angles for the iPad, and not only that, it's got a trackpad on it too. You can even charge your iPad through the little USB-C dongle thing inside of the case as well. Is this a deal breaker? Not for me personally, because I'm more of a creative, and last year's iPad was aimed towards, the Apple Pencil is aimed towards the input method, and that sort of determines the market. But this is more for people who are like students who want to type normally, or people who want to treat it more like a normal PC or a normal laptop. So that is basically all the updates with the new iPad, and you can see, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed, but I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with the new Magic Keyboard. Now, something that I don't know that I would love to know the answer to is whether you can use the Magic Keyboard with the old iPad Pros, this third generation iPad Pro with no home button. It would be nice to know that. In reality, it's not much of a design change. They've only changed the bit at the back. I don't think it's any thinner this year. In fact, where Apple are going, their technology is a lot thicker and getting thicker to add bigger battery life into it. But that would be nice to know. I'm assuming it probably will work, and I say that with a little asterisk because obviously the Apple Pencil, the last year's model, works on this one. So I'm glad they didn't get a new Apple Pencil for the sake of it. Now, the big question to this is whether you should upgrade your iPad to the next year's model or this new model. I don't really know, and it depends on your job, who you are, what your budget is, and why you're getting it. But what I can say is that future-proofing is something that I do quite a lot. I like to have the best of the best that I can afford at that time, and if my business needs something, I'll generally buy it because it future-proofs me, makes life a lot more convenient, and it also helps out with sort of staying up to date with technology. If you're someone who's a student and you've already got an iPad Pro such as, this one, the last year's model with no home button, then I don't think there's a massive need to upgrade because you still can get a keyboard. You can even wirelessly connect a keyboard to your iPad already. If you've got the Apple Pencil and you're just using that to take notes, you do not really need to upgrade. Now, if you're a hand lettering artist or a designer, do you need to upgrade? Well, this depends really. If you're someone who's trying to do augmented reality, so maybe showing a design that you've sketched inside of the iPad, one of those CAD designs, well, it might be worth doing that for the LiDAR scanner that would help you with your potential briefings or presentations that you can show people the augmented reality around the room. But if you're a hand lettering artist, I don't see the need yet to actually upgrade. I don't think there's too much of a monitor difference. Now, I'm saying that again, asterically, because obviously it's got ultra low reflectivity, and I don't know what that means yet, whether they've matted the screen slightly or whether they've changed the glass on top of the screen. Not too sure. The only way for me to find out is when I get it, which I'm about to order it. So on the day it arrives will be the day that everyone else gets their hands on it. I'll have it and I'll be doing an unboxing, first impressions, then I'll be doing a designer's review of it. So if you'd like to see that, make sure you press the red subscribe button and stick around. I just want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, FreshBooks. If you don't know, me being a business guy working in the field of design and creativity means that I need to invoice clients, invoice people, and gather up expenses. FreshBooks is an online cloud accounting software where you can gather up your expenses and send invoices and get paid even faster. I've been using it for a few years now, and it's great for businesses like me that has to send invoices and gather expenses. In fact, the coolest feature about FreshBooks is that when you send an invoice, you can keep all of the chat or all the email correspondence about that invoice inside of FreshBooks, and you don't have to download anything either. My favorite feature in the whole FreshBooks has got to be the fact that I can see when a client has viewed an invoice, so I know when they're going to unpay it, and not only that, it can send information to them when they have not paid on time. But don't take my word for it. If you would like to try FreshBooks out for yourself for completely free, and that means risk-free, then click the link down below in the description. And when you do, make sure you tell them how you heard about them, which was through me, Will Patterson. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you soon. Goodbye.